Jefferson Denham. Welcome back to another episode of Beach Variety Pick Your Brain, where we learn about the lives of some students before and during this quarantined environment and see just how it has affected their personal life and academic studies. So as with our previous episode, we're going to start things off with an interview and then jump on over to our mini game show where we'll put our guests' knowledge to the test. Joining me today is a college student from the very local Long Beach Community College. So thank you for joining us tonight. Why don't you let's start off by you introducing yourself and tell us your name and your major.
Hi everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is Erika Escobedo and I am a psychology major.
Are you analyzing me right now, Erika?
No.
That's not part of the game show, by the way. Well, thank you, Erika, so much. Thank you for joining us and welcome to the show. I'd like to start off by learning more about you as a student. So let's start off before the quarantine even took place.
Okay.
So we know your name, but now tell us a little bit about yourself and what a typical day was like for you on campus during previous semesters.
Okay, so before quarantine.
Yeah.
I was actually a very pretty busy girl, actually. I was. I think this one semester where I would wake up at 6 a.m, get to my class by 7 a.m. And, I would have a few classes, and then by 12 around the afternoon, I would go to work. I would have like a 4 or 6 hour shift, and then I would go back to school at night.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a full day, my dear. Okay,
yeah.
When you were on campus, what were your study habits like and processes like in comparison to being on campus? What are they like now at home? So there's a two-part question.
Okay, so when I was at campus going to school physically, I would use any free time that I had studying, getting assignments done. So let's say I had a class and then I didn't have another class until maybe another hour or two. I would use that time, go to the library and, just focus, get my homework done, get any assignment done, study. Versus now, honestly, I just have more free time, so I just do it whenever I want to say. Yeah.
So is it harder with the excess free? I mean, it's almost like you're describing something on campus where you felt more of a structure, and now at home it's very loose, right?
Yeah. It's I have to almost push myself to do it when I'm at home. So yeah, when I was going to school physically at campus, it was just like go, and I would do it, and I had that rush, and I was just on it all the time.
Right. And at home, you're probably, like most of us, always in your pajama pants.
I'll do it later.
Right. All right. So compared to your time spent studying and doing homework on campus, how long did you spend, let's say, on an average day doing fun things, leisurely activities on campus?
Oh, geez. Fun things on campus?
Was there time for that in your schedule?
No, there was not. No. Oh, geez. I would have friends ask me all the time, oh, let's go here. And oh, let's go here. I can't. I have school. I can't. I have homework. I can't. I have work.
All right.
And now it's like, oh, let's go here. And it's like, okay.
Let me put on some pants and I'll be right with you.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I think you said this already, but would you say that you've gained more free time since going online? For example, to go to campus, you'd have to drive. Okay, so there's that.
Right.
And then drive home and so forth.
Yeah.
So would you say that you've gained a lot more free time since going online? Or have you have you lost more than you would have liked?
No, I've actually gained a lot more free time now. Yes.
Okay. And is that good?
Yeah, in a way, yeah. I feel like I have more time for myself because like I said, like before, I was just always on the go. And I would burn out at times. And I would just get so stressed out.
That's cool. Yeah, so you have more time to kind of decompress and not burn out. Okay.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you for that inside look on campus life before COVID. And so when we come back, dear audience, we'll take a leap forward and learn more about how life is, what it's like right now from home. So we'll be right back. Don't go away.
Take cam 2. 3, 2.
Hey, everybody, welcome back now. All right, so Erika, now that we've got to know more about life before quarantine, let's take a closer look at how things are at home amidst this pandemic. Okay, so we're going to take this special inside look.
What are some of the processes that you take to get ready for your classes at home?
So right now, I don't really have a lot of Zoom classes. A lot of the classes that I have right now, you just have to do work on your own. So I definitely have to get into that mindset of getting prepared to work for at least the next 2 to 4 hours. So I'll basically just make myself some food, have a little snack nearby, and I'll just jump into bed and get my laptop, get my notebook, and start my work.
Wow. Okay. Thank you for those insights, by the way. This is not on my list of questions, but I did want to ask you. So you're at community college. What is your perspective on starting at a community college versus a 4-year? It's different for everybody.
Yeah, I think it's a different experience for everybody. I definitely wanted to start it on community college just because I thought it would save more money, doing my generals there. Yeah.
Oh, totally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you get to explore some things, and it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg, right?
Right. Yeah. So as a college student, financially, it can be very, very stressful. So if it's stressful for me now, I don't even want to know what it's like to be in a 4-year university.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So let me ask you, now that we're just over a year into this new school life environment, how have your opinions on Zoom classes changed from the start of quarantine to now?
To be honest, they've stayed the same. I haven't really changed my opinion that much. It's harder to stay focused, I would say. There's, just because you're in the comfort of your own home, it's much easier to be distracted.
And would you say, like, being physically in a classroom, there's an energy there that kind of keeps you connected?
Yeah, there's an energy there that keeps you connected, more engaged. You get to interact with people. You get to discuss questions. You get to discuss group discussions. There's just more energy to it, I would say, than just looking at a screen. Yeah.
Right. And you are not alone in your assessment. Thank you for those insights. So with recent news, and our audience also sees these updates, developing about schools opening back up for on-campus classes, being there physically on campus. What are your opinions on this? Are you looking forward to this, or are you dreading it?
I'm actually looking forward to it. I actually want to go back. I want to feel that rush again. But the thing is, I know that it's not going to be the same that it was before. Obviously, there's going to be some changes. You know, it's going to be a very slow transition before we go back to completely normal.
Right, right. And there was a Washington Post article I read that says that there's going to be a lot of awkwardness when we all of a sudden we're involved with social like interaction. It's going to be like to relearn how to do that, but it's worth it. I think you're saying.
Yeah, for me.
And the people for you.
Yeah, and I think the people who experience Zoom classes and experience online classes, you know, if they don't like it, then they can continue online classes, and that's perfectly okay.
Right. Mm-hmm. And so now that's an option. So do you think everything, I think you've kind of alluded to this, do you think everything will go back to normal for you when campus opens, not just in your class life, by the way, but in your social life as well?
Social life. Well, I think yes, just because, or no. No, I think when it goes back to normal, I don't think it's going to go completely back to normal, at least right away. It is going to be a slow transition. You know, there's going to be a little bit of anxiety there, you know, thinking maybe COVID hasn't completely gone away. Maybe I can get the virus, you know, from a person that I don't know. Because before quarantine, before the whole COVID thing, I was really open to meeting anyone. I was really open to going to social groups and going to parties and just, you know, meeting anyone new. And now I'm like, a group of people, I don't know. I'm a little nervous. Like I kind of don't want to.
I feel you. Well, you know, I love your insights on this because I think a lot of people are feeling like you're feeling. And there is a phrase that people, share called, the new normal, because it won't go back to what was normal. There's going to be a new normal. I think that's what you're describing.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that. And like I say, I bet you a lot of people in our audience are shaking their heads up and down going, yeah, I know exactly what Erika's saying. All right, so we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll wrap up our interview before we start testing just how much Erika has learned during this quarantine. So we'll be right back.
Take cam 2. 3, 2.
All right, so welcome back, everybody. So before we finish up the interview portion of our show, let's take another inside look at some of the activities Erika has picked up during the quarantine.
So what are some of the hobbies that you picked up while in quarantine?
So I definitely picked up pen paling. I definitely picked up walking long distances at the beach. And I definitely picked up home workouts.
Very interesting, Erika. Okay, so can you tell us more about your pen pal experience? What is the process behind writing them and what generally just goes into it?
Right. So I don't know. I always thought that sending letters was cool. Um, I just love it so much more than just sending a text. Yeah, I don't know. There's just something about opening a letter, getting the little paper out, reading it, and then it comes with cool little stickers that they send you or like cool little notes. Yeah, so I always just thought that was cool. So the way I got into it, I really, really wanted a pen pal. So I actually posted an ad on TikTok and I was like, hey, like if anyone's interested, like, we can be pen pals and I can send you letters like this. And people actually like, yeah, they actually responded and they were like, yeah, like, let's do it. And I was like, okay. And so I went out and I got a P.O. box and yeah, I've been pen paling ever since.
Wow. So this is really cool. I mean, as you're alluding to, I think technology, which is great, actually takes away a little bit of our humanity. And the fact that you rediscovered pen pal writing,
Right.
it feels, it's more tactile. You're getting a letter. I think that's really a cool. Okay, so let me ask you this: do you feel that you will continue pen paling or any of the hobbies that you've developed during quarantine, or are you going to drop them once quarantine?
No, I think I will. I will continue them. I will continue to pen pal. I can't leave my pen pals hanging.
Of course not. Of course
I can't
not.
leave them on red.
How many? Okay, wait. How many pen pals do you have?
I think I have 3.
I think that is so cool. Would you say that quarantine has helped you? Okay, this is a completely different subject. Would you say that quarantine has helped you save money or caused you to spend more than you would have liked to?
It's so funny. I think it cost me to actually save because I remember before quarantine I was just spending on gas, spending on food, and now that I just come home and I don't need to drive as much. I don't really spend that much on gas, and I can just make my own food here.
Was that shocking for you to recognize all the things you were spending money on?
Yes, sometimes I would look at my bank statement and be like, okay, I did not need to buy that. Why did I buy that?
All right. So, okay, finally, with positive trends hinting towards the end of quarantine very soon, hallelujah, is there anything that you might miss? This is going to maybe sound like a strange question, but is there anything you might miss about the current school environment? Or are you completely done with it?
After quarantine?
Yeah.
I am gonna miss that free time that I did gain. I will save that, but I do at the same time I do miss that rush. Yeah.
Well, and the insights that you've accumulated over the last year, like you said, discovering pen pal correspondence and recognizing maybe some of the things that you were spending money on that maybe you shouldn't be spending money on. Those are some things you'll probably take with you too, right? As things open back up.
Right. So I'll definitely apply some of the things that I learned during quarantine when the world goes back to the new normal.
Right.
Because like I said, it's not going to go back to the normal that it was before.
Right. So maybe there's some cool lessons that we can all take with us. So
yeah, I think definitely everyone has learned something about themselves during quarantine.
Got it. And I know I have. So, all right. So that, dear audience, that wraps up the interview portion of our show. So what will now proceed is the game show or test portion of our show. Yes, be prepared, Erika. I will go ahead. By the way, I grade on a curve, so you're all right. I will go ahead and explain what this means for you and the audience. So now that we have a better understanding of how Erika's life in school was before and during the pandemic, we will now ask some questions about your current classes to see just how well you are keeping up with them. So just so you know, these questions will vary from all your classes and were provided by your fellow classmates. Are you ready for that?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so here we go. Question number 1. The subject for this question is statistics.
Oh God. Oh no, I did not.
Okay, you didn't know we were going to go this deep, did you? Okay, what is the probability of drawing a king or queen card in a deck of 52 cards?
A deck of 52 cards. So I think it's 8.
Ah, you are right. Here's the answer. Before I pretend like I'm super smart, I have the answers right here. Answer is 8 out of 52 or 4 out of 21. You are
Okay.
correct, my dear. Moving on. Nicely done. All right, subject for this question is political science.
Okay.
All right. If the president and vice president were to pass away, who would be next in the line of succession to become president?
Oh jeez.
I'll give you a hint. Madam Speaker.
Speaker of the House.
Boom. Nicely
Okay.
done. All right, question number 3. Subject for this question is art history.
Okay.
All right. So who is the artist responsible for this painting? Can you see it on the screen?
I can't actually.
Ah, okay. I don't know how we would make this work for you. I might have to just give it to you then. Let me say that there's it's kind of abstract looking and there's some stars in the sky. Does that help?
Is there a city behind it? Like a little city?
It's a little tower and it's like a little town, quaint little town looking.
Is it Starry Night?
Boom! Didn't even have to see it to get the answer. Okay, very nice. But who is the painter? Who's the artist?
Van Gogh. Definitely Van Gogh.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Hey, not bad for not being able to see it. Okay, question 4. By the way, you're doing really well. There's a big prize here at the end, I wish. Okay, question 4. Subject for this question is theater. The theater.
Okay.
So what is the role of the stage director or the theater director?
They just manage like the whole the stage, like the actors who are playing in the play, right?
Yes.
How did you manage them?
Judges. Yes, judges are going to give it to you. The director oversees and manages the performance by actors in any play or theater production. You are correct. Nicely done. Okay, so let's see if we can get them all. Ready? Question number 5 for all the marbles. The subject for this question is psychology, which is your specialty, right?
Yes.
Okay. What psychological deep trauma is wrong with Jefferson Denham? No, that's not true. So here's the question. Through classical conditioning, one can turn a neutral stimulus into a blank when introducing an unconditioned stimulus.
You just kind of, it's conditioned.
Boom! You are so correct. You are uber correct. Nicely done.
Yeah.
All right, so out of 5 questions, let's let the beat go because you answered in plenty of time. So out of 5 questions, all your classmates are probably cheering you now. You've done so well. You answered 5 correctly, all of them correct. So I would consider that to be a great success. Well done. So quarantine learning has not hurt you at all.
Just a little bit.
Well, maybe a little bit, but you're retaining at least for these 5 questions. You're doing great. All right, dear audience, that is going to be all the time we have for today. I'd like to thank our very special guest, Erika Escobedo. Escobedo.
Thank you.
All right. Right. I want to check that for taking time out of her day to join us and participate in our show. And I'd also like to thank everyone at home watching this episode with us. It's been really fun. So until next time, I'm your host, Jefferson Denham, on Beach Variety, Pick Your Brain. So take care, everybody. And thank you again, Erika, for being with us.
Thank you for having me.